And once again, the burnouts begin as they light up those huge rear tires. And then, of course, this will be a single for your #1 qualifier, Rickie Smith. Tricky Rickie, they call him, out of King, North Carolina. His name is synonymous with the class of Pro Mod.
There's a lot of good guys out here that's been running this class a long time. And the biggest problem is we're all getting bigger motors, more power. Tracks are getting so much stickier. And we're fighting, we're going through a learning curve right now how to get these cars up and spinning right. If they don't spin, they stop that tire, they'll just wad it up and then they shake. So it's a deal where if you're too aggressive, you're going to be bad, and if you don't have enough clutch, you're going to shake just as bad. So it's a fine line out there right now with all this stuff. We're better off with these nitrous cars like mine with a big tire. If that track was 120 degrees, we'd all probably be happier. But when it's 90 degrees like it is and tight, it's just hard to get the car to really get up and spin right and go and be consistent. So all we can do is try to slow the thing down a little and be consistent. Hope it's good enough to win this race.
And obviously he knows what he's talking about. He has wins and championships in Pro Stock and in Pro Mod. Pro Stock, again, a very tricky class to spin that tire just a little bit.
Yeah, you want to get up on the tire, if you will. This week, Kaufman Tank Truck's on the race car, and they're there to stay for a while. And one thing about Tricky Rickie, who was voted the #1 Pro Mod driver in the world, very few guys down to the tracks as many times as him. 391 and 192.
I do make my own calls and stuff like that. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. You know, a crew chief, if he can stand outside and watch a car too, he can really see more going on than what the computer will tell him. So when I'm crew chief and a guy, a lot of times I can tell more about what's going on looking at the car and then come back looking at the computer. So it's a catch-22. I mean, you just try to feel what's going on in the car, but you also got to try to pay attention and have a good reaction time. So rather than being just a hired driver, I got to play both roles, and sometimes that's bad.
All right, let's take a look at the ladder here.
Tricky Rickie, Burton Auxier, Shannon the Iceman Jenkins, and Jim Halsey, as previously mentioned, will get set to go. And again, you're looking at Team Al-Anabi alongside a Team Bahrain 1 and Rickie Smith. And the Jags, Boss, Kaufman Tank Trucks machine out of King, North Carolina. Now you got to think for just a minute. You take a look at the numbers. In the advantage here, Rickie ran the 91 there in the semifinals. Burton Auxier went the 84, so you got to think the far lane with the advantage here.
Boy, Auxier looking to take out the #1 qualifier, and will do exactly that with the better of the two ETs and a much better reaction time. Talk about a shocker.
Wow, you seldom leave on Tricky Rickie Smith, but I got to tell you, you got to take a look at those numbers. That 383.5 is really a big-time run. Both cars made picture-perfect runs right down the middle of the lane, but it is going to be Burton Auxier and the team from West Virginia going to the final.